Hi everyone, my name is Gracie Torres. I am a flood control planner at Riverside County Flood Control. What I do is essentially manage stormwater permits. So there are these statewide governing agencies and regional governing agencies that tell us, hey, your stormwater needs to be clean. So my job is to ensure that the water is of good quality when it comes into storm drains so that we do not get in trouble for not meeting certain standards. So we do that with several things. That is working collaboratively with the cities here in County of Riverside and ensuring that dog waste is picked up, there are street sweeping, construction sites are well maintained, businesses are well maintained, so that when it rains, that rain does not pick up anything and take it into our storm drains, which eventually lead into our waterways. My educational background, I have a bachelor's degree in chemistry, a master's degree in environmental science. And it was while I was getting my master's degree that I started an internship at Riverside County Flood Control and really fell in love with stormwater management, where before I did a lot of surface water, so like lake sampling and lake testing. Then now I recently started a doctorate in public administration at Cal Baptist University. It's not as easy as I thought. I've been a scientist my whole life, and this is giving me a different lens into water and water policy and regulations. Before working at flood control, I've had several jobs. I worked on campus at Cal State San Bernardino, and I managed the lab there. Like I said, I sampled lake water, Canyon Lake and Lake Elsinore, and studied it as much as we could. We developed a treatment that is now being implemented at Canyon Lake that lowers the turbidity as well as the nutrients, which are phosphorus and nitrogen. I also worked for the CDFA, where I would essentially count what's called the Honglong Bing, the psyllid that was destroying orange trees at the time. And so we'd open the traps and we would count how many of those were caught in the traps. Throughout California, the traps came into our offices. I've not always wanted to be a regulatory or flood planner. I wanted to be a doctor, and while I was in college, I had the chance to work at this little lab. I fell in love. I absolutely fell in love with water. I fell in love with water quality and chemistry. And from there, I changed my major and I said, I want to do environmental science and environmental chemistry. And that's what my focus was. Like I said, and then after that, I got an internship at Flood Control. I have been here ever since. Like I said, that's how I found my career, was through an internship. They were looking for the stormwater monitoring section. We were looking for environmental scientists, and I applied and got the job. Then became a temp as an engineering technician. And soon after, they created a position called a flood control planner, which was specific for people who do regulatory type work and environmental work here at Flood. The most rewarding thing about my job is the public education aspect, is being able to talk to the public about the importance of stormwater, explaining to them why this resource is so important. It's seeing people's light bulbs come on and saying, okay, I won't wash my car in my driveway, as well as working collaboratively with the cities. I love meeting with the different cities and seeing how we can help them implement their program, and how we're able to make sure that we're abiding by these regulations, but also being innovative and being creative when it comes to our water quality. My average day, I right now during COVID, I wake up, I turn on my computer and I work on my computer. I do a lot of reading, I do a lot of highlighting, a lot of analyzing of documents. I do some design work. I get to have some fun with Adobe and design stuff because of the public education aspect of my job. Some advice, if anybody that wants to be an environmental scientist, is really take a look at if that's what you want to do. The jobs are very, very very technical, but also very specific. And so if you want to do water quality, just be very sure of what you want to do and what you want to get into, so you can have a drawn path to that, right? I bounced around a lot because I wasn't sure. I just knew I loved water and I wanted to see where I could be. And so if you want the more streamlined version, do the research beforehand. Some of the challenges I've overcome, I had 2 children while I was in college, and I worked as hard as possible so that I could finish quickly and I could get my career going so that I could raise them and take care of them. And I did. I was able to work very, very hard. I had great opportunities. I had a great support system, but everything I did was for them. And it was actually school that was paying for the roof on their heads. So I look forward to meeting you. This is a very exciting job. It's very, very different than what you'll see at the rest of the county, but it's rewarding in that, we're helping the environment, we're helping county employees, and we're really helping our communities, not just in ensuring that there's no floods, but ensuring that when there is rain, that we're taking care of our environment. So I'm excited to meet you all. Thank you so much for joining, and have a happy Youth and Government Day.